Hey, what's going on today, fam? So we are at the ring. Hold on, you a little smudged up. All right, that's a little bit better. So we're at the ring today. As you can see behind me, beautiful weather, beautiful weather. So with a few people here. What's going on? So we're with Isaac. We got Donovan in this Ford. What is this? A 435? A 435i. We got my boy Kevin in his Mark IV R32. And they got my boy Terrence right here in his FDRX7, and yes, it is imported from Japan. I just want to make that clear. I want to make that clear. Gotta make it clear. And of course, we got me here.
That's imported from Japan.
It is imported from Japan. So in the video, right, I'm gonna have a big ass like imported coming across. And then I'm with my buddy Magnus right here. So we're staying at Magnus' house. And yeah, and me and Magnus are gonna go for our first lap together, right?
Yeah.
First lap, yeah.
First lap.
So I'll see you guys in the car. All right, y'all, we just went for our first laps. I went with Magnus. Magnus is very just hopeful, and with where to turn in, and I was turning in pretty early, but I'm also just getting a feel for these tires. Not 100% confident yet, obviously, new tires, just filling it out. But we let out a little bit of air out of the tires. We're at 32 PSI all around. Terrence, so how was your first lap? Ever?
I can't even put it into words. It's just, it's you play these games, and you play them over and over again, and then you realize like in person it's totally different. Like,
whole different vibe, right?
You told me
Yeah.
it's gonna be like out of this world, and
yeah,
that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, so Magnus and I are going to go back for a couple more laps, get some more instruction for him, just to better my line and things of that nature. So yeah, man, see you guys back on track. Y'all, so just to catch y'all up to speed, so far I did 6 laps today. A lot of traffic out up on track, had a close call or two, but my pads are done. Just a reminder, I was on the EBC RPX compound, but they are getting down to their last bit of life, so I'm gonna go ahead and swap those out before I get back on track. But as I was pulling the car in, I noticed a lot of noise from the passenger side bank of the engine. Some of my exhaust manifold bolts were loose, but it kind of sounded like it was underneath the valve cover, so I took the valve cover off just to be sure, but everything's tight underneath here. Nothing's loose. God, it's hot. But yeah, everything is how it should be, so no issues there. That was just a quick, like, 5-minute thing pulling that apart, so no big deal. But I'm gonna go ahead and continue to tighten up these bolts. Unfortunately, we don't have a torque wrench, but is what it is. We're gonna snug them up. I'm also gonna make sure all my spark plugs are tight, make sure like none of them had like wiggled loose or anything like that. So yeah, gonna go ahead and check that right quick, then I'll get to changing my pads right quick. Got some Ray Bestos we're gonna try out, but I'll show you guys those when we get to them. So just to show you guys what exactly happened, so pretty much as I was taking this spark plug wire off, this section got ripped out of the little boot right here like that. So that's just no more good, but the heat had already done a number on these. So yeah, as you can see, we didn't have too much pad left, but we are going to be upgrading to these Ray Besto ST47 pads. Heard that these are like really good pads, pretty aggressive. So this is them there. As you can see, these pads don't even have like really that much thickness, honestly. They're not that big of a pad, and for a car of this size, if we're being honest. But yeah, we're gonna try these ones out. Hopefully these are the answer, man. I've been trying to find the right pad that would really work for my application, so I'm hoping these will be it. But so now that we got our wheel off, pad changes are pretty simple in the Vette. Literally all I'm gonna, well, there's still a bit of life up in these. I'm not gonna throw them away, but all we need to do, take this out, then we'll be able to pull out our actual pads. Then we just need to push on our calipers and we're good to go. Pretty simple. Car's back together. Wheels torqued. I know I didn't show that in the time lapse, but it did happen. Just want you guys to know. Old pads, you can see there was a little bit of life left up in these, but overall not too much. I'm still gonna keep them as some, just in case I need to get home pads one day where things get very sketch. But for the most part, that's it. So now we're gonna go ahead and head back to the track. Man, a little bit concerned about that sound, but the car is running well, so I'm not really sure, but we're gonna figure that out. We're gonna figure it out. But yeah, man, see you guys back on track. All right, y'all, so I had got to the track, but the engine just was not sounding happy, so I decided to come back to Magnus's house. So what I'm about to do now is I'm about to just pretty much cut the fuel to the engine and cut the spark to the engine and just turn it up with the starter, but it won't fire. And then I'm gonna take off this valve cover so I can actually see my rockers moving back and forth to see if one of my lifters possibly collapsed and it's just not pushing the rocker up and down. So fingers crossed it's not the issue, but to be honest, it ain't sounding too hot. So first thing we have to do is remove the fuel pump relay. If you're looking at the car, if this is the passenger side and this is the front headlight right here on the right, so if you look down at the fuse panel right here, it's this 20 amp fuse right there. So mine is like that neon color, it's right in the middle, so I'm just gonna pull that one right there. And that's my fuse pump relay. Then it's gonna undo my coil packs, and that will stop spark from coming to the engine. And then I can pull off my valve cover, and then I'll get Magnus to bump start it for me, and we'll see if this thing actually is doing what it's supposed to be doing. All right, so Magnus is about to give it a go. You good. So all the lifters work? Huh. So on to further troubleshooting. So good news is I had a gasket failure. So these are the Speed Engineering gaskets. I'm not gonna blame it all on the gasket because one of my header bolts came loose and came out. So this was on the back side, and I guess the exhaust pressure blew it out. So makes sense why there was that puffing now, because there's just no material here. So the header, excuse me, and so the exhaust fumes were just blowing past this no matter how much I tighten up the header. So good news there. Quick overreaction. Oh damn, my fault. But yeah, so good news. But next thing is to try and find something that will work in the meantime until I can get new exhaust gaskets. All right, y'all, next morning, Sunday morning, at the ring. About to go for a lap with Donovan in this 435i. Lightly modified, so just gonna give him some pointers and stuff. Of course my battery's dead because these GoPros are trash. But yeah, should be fun. Update on the exhaust gasket situation. There's a guy, excuse me, about an hour away that has an American shop. And he said he probably has the exhaust gases, and if he does, then he's gonna bring them down to me to the ring. So gonna get some more on track action today, fingers crossed. But for now, we're gonna go for this lap. And then you're gonna get to the right. Brake, 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 turn it. Gas, 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 all the way up. Be easy on the gas. And you're gonna start to come to the right. Start to come to the right. Go back left. Gas, 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 keep gas, 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 and brake, 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 turn in. Keep turning in, hold it, gas. And stay to the left. Gas, 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 keep going, keep going, keep going. Stay to the right, stay to the right, stay to the right. We had a special delivery, dropped off in that nice C3. New exhaust manifold. So gonna go ahead and drop this bad boy in right quick, get the car back all buttoned up, and then back to the track. So let's do it. So it's back together. So about to go for first start. Hopefully no more leaks. Thank you. So the car sounds a lot better. It doesn't sound like it's about to fall apart anymore. No more exhaust leaks. We're good to go there. So yeah, man, get back on track. Yeah, I saw that. All right, let's have a good, safe lap. done with a plethora of laps, as you guys saw. Now we're about to go up in C7. It's a built NA Z51. I guess it makes like 550 wheel or something like that. So should be pretty fun. We're gonna do a little bit of instruction and just see how the car feels out there. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. Then you're gonna come out, and then you'll go straight right where that gate is. All right, so go with the brake and just drop in straight where the gate is. Drop in straight. There you go. So just got back home. It is 1:56 in the morning. The ring is about a 4-hour and 30-minute drive from where I live at. But on that drive, I had a lot of time to just reflect, just think about stuff. You know, it's 4.5 hours. It's late at night. You know, the road's dark, but for those of you that track your cars, they break often. And a lot of times we dwell on the fact that they break. And it's frustrating, but we don't look at the positives. As in, even though my car has been having issues, I get to go to the most amazing track in the world. I still get to be in that atmosphere. I still get to be around these amazing people. It just made me think, like, to be appreciative for the opportunity. Even though things might not go your way, it's like, you gotta still take the time to appreciate the fact of where you are and what you're doing. And it just, like, that perspective change, that perspective shift. Like, I really sat there today and really stepped back from everything, and I really thought about it. I'm like, I live 4.5 hours from a place where people only dream of going. People dream of going and just being here. I get to drive this place, not in a rental. I'm not traveling here from some other country and I have to get a rental car. I have my own car that I built with my own 2 hands, and I get to push its limits and my own limits at the track. Like, that's amazing to me. It's not just a one-time thing. I get to do this all the time. Like, I just was so humbled and just so appreciative of just realizing that. It's like, wow, what an opportunity that I have. And it's, man, I'm so appreciative. So appreciative. And, you know, it just really helps you put things into perspective. Like, I'm in a position in life where I can afford to build a car. I can afford to track this car. I can afford to do all these things. And I don't mean that in a bragging way. I just like, yo, I'm so appreciative. You know, like I'm mindful, like I'm self-aware of the blessings that have been given to me. You know, not to say I didn't work for it, but man, it's when people come up to me and they're like, they're like, yo, like your car is so dope, and they're visiting the ring for their first time, and they're just like super stoked, super excited. It's so awesome to see that excitement in people, because I remember being that excited, and it's like, man, just such a dope opportunity. All right, you never know where life will take you. It's I never planned on joining the military. It's nothing I ever wanted to do. To be real with you, a lot of things, a lot of wars and all that stuff I don't even agree with, but it was an opportunity for me, so I went with it. And the perspective shift and the broadening of my horizon that has happened in these 7 years, the experiences I've experienced, the people I've met, just the way it's impacted me and just the way I view the world is just amazing. And I don't know, man, just those long drives, it really helps put things in perspective. It really makes you look at different things. So, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. and for you select few that stayed this long, man, I hope y'all can understand what I'm saying. It's, man, so dope, so dope. But until the next one, thankfully it was only a header gasket. Only a header gasket. So yeah, man. It's 2:01, so I gotta wake up at 5:45. So I think I'm gonna get some sleep. But take it easy. I'm out.
Coach.